Rick, this is for you. This is how to make the pizza base. So I'm going to start off with 100 grams of semolina flour. Now if you haven't got semolina flour, don't worry about it, just ignore it and make up the difference with ordinary flour. That's the 100 grams of semolina flour gone in there. And then I'm going to add 400 grams of strong white flour. So if you don't have semolina flour, this would make it 500 grams, okay? So that's about there. Okay, so that's that. About 500 grams of that. So take that off the scales. Then we're going to add a teaspoonful of yeast. I think that's the end of the yeast here, so I'll chuck all that in. That's a teaspoonful of a rounded teaspoonful. You know, sort of looks like that. Anyway, rounded teaspoonful. And also one of sugar, about half a teaspoonful of sugar.
That's not so good, is it?
Oh, salt. Getting confused. There's the salt. Okay, half a teaspoon of salt. Then we're going to mix them up like this. We'll just mix it up like that, so it's just dry. So the yeast gets all into the flour and the semolina, just like that. Okay, right, that's that done. Okay, the next thing we do, we need to have some hot water, please, Rose. Can you put the kettle on, please? So, what we need...
Ready.
Okay, so what we need is some warm water, sort of like body temperature. So we need 300 millilitres. So I'm going to put in 100 millilitres of boiling water. And then I'm going to put in a 200 millilitres of just cool water from the tap.
So 300.
So it's 300 millilitres. So it's warm.
ml, yeah.
Yeah, it's warm. It's not too hot. If it's too hot, it will kill the yeast. If it's cold, nothing will happen.
Next.
Then I'm going to add 2 tablespoonfuls of olive oil into there. Okay, that's just gentle mix there. And now I'm just going to mix that in to the flour and the yeast, like that. Okay, so just mix it in, just a bit at a time, just mix it up a bit like that. This is just the one that you don't want it too wet, okay? So, because if it's too wet, it's very hard to make a good dough. So I'm just adding a bit at a time. I'm going to keep mixing. You see, it's all sort of like flaky now. Oops, dropped a bit on the floor. Never mind, won't use that. Let's add a bit more there.
Bit by bit of water.
Bit by bit of water, yes. That's it. I'm just going to change my stirring spoon with something a bit stronger. Let's have a bigger one here. That will do. This tablespoon's not the best thing for us. Just scrape that off there. Might need that later. I'll start to give it a bit of a mix. Look at this, you see. And what you'll notice is it's starting to come together into a ball. I think that's a little bit wet there, so I'm going to add a little bit of flour just into it. This is where your workout starts as well. It's an all-round workout because I have to use both my left hand and my right hand because it gets too tiring. See, that's starting to make a ball, that. There, see, let's make a nice ball that's sticking together, and it's taken all the bits off the edge of the bowl as well. So it's probably okay for now. Let's clean all that off like that. Right. Let's get rid of that. Okay, next thing, clean surface. Clean hands, of course. And here we go. We put the dough in there. Now we start our 5 minutes of kneading.
5 minutes.
So you just want to keep kneading it, and you'll see after a while it will become a bit more sort of spongy, I suppose. The longer you knead it, the better it gets. And this is a good workout as well. Get a bit of flour on my hands. So it's not too sticky, just keep plenty of flour on there. Pick out a bit of flour that's on there. Are you timing this, Rose?
Oh. Okay, maybe I stop there now.
Right, well, we've been kneading this for about 5 minutes now. So it's a good workout. I keep adding a little bit of flour, you know, just to stop it from sticking. Starting to make a ball now, and you see it's sort of quite nice and springy. It's what we want. So there we go. Now what we do next, bit of olive oil in here, just throw like that, just to stop it sticking when it rises.
We did not wash it, so just
Put that on top. Bit of olive oil on top as well. That's it. Now I'm just going to wash my hands, cover it, and we're going to leave it in a warm spot for a few hours.